What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So as you probably seen in the title of this video, we are going to be going after reef sharks, and I will show you the location. I did a little bit of research online, found a few videos on where people were catching them. So we're gonna go to this new location. Once we get there, I will show you where I'm at. And it's going to be a heck of a drive, so make sure if you're going to follow along, you have a spawn buoy on you. That way you can fast travel out here. There's a big fish on the sonar right off the dock. Interesting. Alright guys, so I arrived at the location. I already set my spawn marker down so I can spawn out here, because it was a heck of a drive out here. Like I said, I'll show you where we are once I get off the boat. So like I mentioned, I think I mentioned in the beginning, we're going to be fishing from the shore. So you want to make sure you got rod stands. So there you have it. Boat is parked up. Man, alright. So if I hit M to bring up my map, this right here is the Kuda Valley spawn location. But being that you have to spawn on a boat, I had to spawn up here, so I drove all the way down here. And if you zoom in, it's like an island with like two circles. So I'm at this little cutoff here on the shore, and pretty much from what I seen, the guy, he pretty much was just casting out here and was catching the reef shark. So if I can remember how to get my rod stand out, I'm going to get my rod stand out, and I have 3 poles I'm going to be using, and I'll show you what I will be using. So I'm going to be using the number 10 barbless hook. And then on this one here, I'm going to have a scaled sardine. And then on these other 2 rods, same thing, a number 10 hook. I'm going to be using the Mokanzi. I probably didn't say that right, but we're going to be using this here on both. Same rod and reel setup with a number 10 hook. We're going to have a 70-pound leader. So I'm curious to see if I get hooked up on one of these 2 rods, if I'm going to be able to actually handle the shark. I know they don't get that big, but anyways, we're going to get our rod holder down and get 3 lines out there and just see what happens. So it should be pretty interesting. I have not caught a single reef shark on this map yet, and man, that wind is whipping. Do you guys hear that? So we'll see you guys here in a minute, and hopefully we can get hooked up to something pretty good. Alright guys, we're already getting something on rod 3. I literally just threw these rods out in the water, so we do have a fish on. Ooh. Turn that down a little bit. Hey, it is a shark. Nice. Cool, so that's our very first black tip reef shark. Man, those things look cool, man. 13-pounder. Nothing crazy big, but hey, it's a cool looking fish. Whoa. I did want to look at that in picture mode, but that rod started going off. Throw this back out there. I'm only throwing it out there at about, well, that's actually way too far. I threw those other 2 out there at about 80, 90 feet. So cool, that did not take long at all. So we'll keep an eye on these rods, and they do get up to trophy and unique size, so we'll see. I got to keep an eye on these 2 rods here, the white ones, because if I hook up to a bigger one, it might damage it, but we'll see. We're just kind of experimenting with it. Okay guys, fish on rod 2. So I ended up doing a new session because oh, hang on, let me keep an eye on that leader. Okay, so not bad. So that was a 13-pounder, new personal best. But what I did is I made a new session because I ended up setting up a rod and putting a pilker on there so I can throw out a lure while I wait for a bite. So that's a cool looking little fish there, though. Get a screenshot of that. So we'll keep that, and yeah, I'm just using that old ocean rod with the pilker on there, just seeing if I can't get lucky and hook up to one with the pilker. It just makes it better while waiting for a bite. I have something to do. So yeah, this will turn out to be a good spot. I'm hoping to catch a trophy or a unique, but we'll see. So far these rods seem like they're holding up pretty good. That looks like a little bit of a bigger one. That's a new personal best, 14-pounder. As you can see, they don't pay the best, only 1,300 bucks, but still, I think the models are so well done. They're just fun to catch. So we'll catch a couple more, and then I'm gonna go over to a spot and try to catch some big grouper. And wow, I just threw that out super far. Did not mean to throw that out that far. So yeah, this video we're kind of just gonna be all over the place, just trying new things, doing different stuff. So, oh, we got something going on here or no? Am I getting hit on already on that? I'm waiting for the rod to bend, but I don't see it bending. Dang, okay. But anyways, we'll catch a few more of these fish here, of the shark, and then we'll switch over and try to see if we can't hook into a massive grouper. I know I have a lot of videos on grouper from Japan, but on this new ocean, they actually have unique grouper. So I think it'd be awesome to catch a unique. So that'll be the goal as well in this video. But nonetheless, I just wanted to share this spot with you guys. Like I said, I looked it up online and someone shared a video of it. So, I mean, I'm catching sharks here, so it's a W in my book. Okay, rod 3 again, man. This has been a hot rod for the day. Another shark on. This is kind of cool. I was looking at it. It almost reminds me like a little lake that I'm fishing in, because there's only really, no, 12-pounder. There's like only really water flowing in from here. If you're looking at it this way, it kind of just looks like you're fishing at a pond. So it's a pretty cool looking location. And I've been getting bites on those other two, but no takes. Not like this rod here. So we'll catch one more, and we'll see you guys over at the grouper spot. Okay, hold the phone here. There we go. I should be able to power them in with this setup here. This is a pretty good rod and reel. And I caught this one on the scaled sardine. That's not even a shark. That's a 2-spotted red snapper. Interesting. Okay. So you can also catch red snapper in this location. Interesting. Cool. Did not know that. You gonna take it? I think he's got it, don't he? Ah, I grabbed it too early. I should have waited for the rod to bend. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reel this stuff in, and we're going to fast travel over to the grouper spot and try to catch some big grouper. Alright guys, so I just realized, luckily I caught it in time, but whenever I got over to the grouper spot, I realized, are we getting hit already? I realized my microphone was muted, so luckily I went back and was checking the previous recordings, making sure everything was good. So anyway, now that it's working again, hopefully, we have arrived at the grouper spot. So yeah, we'll just set this down, and I did advance a day, and I switched it over to 7 p.m. So we'll try evening / early night. If nothing happens, we'll switch over to early morning. But nonetheless, whenever I hear the bell jiggle, well, actually, okay, I guess I had a little bite there. I was going to say, I seen the tip of my line moving out, and I'm like, well, hold on here. So, interesting. Well, something's got it. I don't really want to grab it because it's still, I can't, normally if it's a grouper, it'll just take it and go, but I'd almost imagine it's a grouper. I'm using the large gutted fish. But anyways, we'll keep an eye on it. Once the bell starts jiggling, we'll cut back in, and hopefully we can hook onto some nice grouper here today. Maybe get lucky and get a trophy, or even better, a unique. Alright guys, so as you can see, it is day 3 of 3. I tried morning, night, still nothing. What puzzles me is I don't see no fish there at the bottom. So what I what I was going to try is I want to go up here and start the boat. And we're going to keep an eye on this left screen here. I want to try to see if I can see any big fish at the bottom. There's one. Well, you'll know when it's a grouper. Yeah, something like that. That looks like a grouper to me, the bigger looking fish. But I kind of want to just move around here. Not too far off this mark, but we'll just see if we can maybe find a school of big fish that shows up on there. So there's one more. Okay, there's two there. I'm going to go out here just a little bit further. I think the next time I see one on there, I'm going to just stop, set the anchor, and we'll drop a line down. So there's a ton of fish there, as you can see. So we'll hop down here. One thing that's nice, I like how they have this little thing here by the person fishing. Oops, that's going to be a bad cast. Okay, at least I was able to cancel it. So we'll throw this out. Just let it sink all the way to the bottom, and we'll set it down and see if we can't get lucky. But this is by the shipwreck, like somebody had said. So we'll see. Like I said, we're just experimenting. It's 4:25 p.m. in game time, so we'll try this spot here. We'll try it at evening, night, morning, mid-afternoon. And if we don't get nothing come mid-afternoon, then we'll probably just end up getting into something else. Maybe doing some trolling, trying to catch some big fish. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll let it sit here for a while and see what happens. There's something. Fish on? We have something on, but it is like... Okay, here we go. Fish on. That was crazy. I literally went to pick up the rod to just recast it or try a new bait, and the second I picked up the rod, we got bit. That was like the craziest timing ever. But wow. Okay, so we do have something on. I'm guessing if it is a grouper, which it probably is, because it's I'm using the big gutted fish, but it's a small grouper if it is a grouper. But who knows? I don't know what it could be. It's certainly coming in pretty easy. Yeah, oh yeah, he's coming in super easy here. Trying to get a look at him here to see what it is. But man, that was some crazy timing, let me tell you. Okay, what? Okay, so it was a grouper, young giant grouper, but hey, that's a good sign. At least we know grouper are in this vicinity, so we'll take that. Cool. But yeah, man, that was insane, how timely that was. So we're gonna just keep the same setup, number 14 saltwater hook with the gutted fish, and see if we can't upgrade from that young grouper. So not a bad sign though. Oh, crap. Fish on, guys. Holy cow. I don't know how long that thing was biting, but I had gone to grab me a bottle of water. I come back, and the rod's bending. And I don't even have my headset on, so I'm going to try to get that put back on here right quick. But, heck yeah. Grouper on. And this seems like a better grouper than the last for sure. So we'll fight this guy in, and we'll see you when we get him a little bit closer. Alright guys, we got him here at about 80. And I do want to mention my upload schedule is all messed up just because with this DLC being so new, I figured I'm just going to try to pump out as many videos as possible. That way you people who are watching that are waiting to get the DLC or waiting for it to come on console, you can maybe get a general idea of where I'm catching certain fish, and that way you have somewhat of an advantage when you do get your hands on the DLC. So nonetheless, that's why my schedule is just all over the place right now, but I'm having fun doing it, so that's all that matters. And this grouper's having fun working me a little bit. So like always, guys, we'll keep working him, and hopefully hopefully when we get him in under 100, he's going to be tired enough to where we can get him on the boat. But right now, it doesn't look like he's losing any kind of momentum. So stay tuned. All right, and again, we have him pretty close this time, coming up on under 50 feet. The question is, will he make another run for it, or has he surrendered? We'll see. Okay, this is the closest we got him, so this is good. He's almost there. Come on, buddy. There we go. Grouper on. Okay, so that was 231 pound, just a standard grouper. That was not even a trophy, and that thing fought me pretty good. But hey, we'll take it. 30,000 bucks, positive XP. Cool. So what I'm gonna do, I will set a mark down. That way I know the location, and then I'm also gonna set down a spawn buoy. So anytime in the future I want to come after a grouper, I can just fast travel here. And this over here was a mark that was shared with me from someone who caught a grouper. I'm just going to go ahead and remove these. Just because, I don't know, I feel like this spot here is really good. So we're going to throw out one more time and see if we can't hook up to one more grouper. And then after that, the goal for the video will be to fast travel up here. That you guys might have seen that in the previous video. I went up here and took a hard left. But instead of taking that left, I want to fast travel here and just go all the way up this. Go through all these little, I don't know what these are, islands. Just try to navigate around them. And maybe stop like somewhere up in here. And just see if I even catch anything here. And then you also have this right here. But, I mean, there's just so much to explore. It's insane. So, we'll see if we can't hook on the one more grouper. Then shoot up here. And like I said, we'll just beeline it up here somewhere and see what we catch and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, literally not even 2 minutes, 3 minutes after oh, I can't even talk. So that literally sat there for, I don't know, maybe a minute after it hit the bottom, and we already hooked up again. Now, of course, the way he's holding the rod, it's probably going to be a young grouper, but man, I'm just catching these things left and right here at this location, so I'm glad I decided to put a spawn buoy down, because I will certainly be coming back in the future. Or if we get a boat full of guys during a live stream, we can come back here and see who can catch the biggest one. But cool, man, this is turning out to be better than I thought, if I'm being honest. Normally grouper fishing's kind of slow, but so far it's been pretty productive. Alright, so we kind of powered this guy in. Like I said, it's more than likely going to be a young, just because he's holding the rod just like a regular way. But hey, it's a grouper nonetheless, so we'll take it. I'm just trying to get him powered in here. There we go. Yep, it is a grouper. They're fun to catch. Even the young ones, I mean, you know, still, it's not bad. 11,000 bucks. Didn't take me that long to reel them in, so yeah, we'll definitely take that. There we go. Okay, so fun fact, the new rod that comes with the DLC, the red one, my line was red, and I took it off, and I didn't realize I didn't put any other line in my backpack, so I had to use this rod. So I got to remember after the session to add the rest of my line for the newer rods and stuff, but it's okay, we can still use 2 poles. But we're using a metallic plug number 13 with the 6/4 squid chain, and I don't remember how good of a rod this is, but it's gonna be hard to tell if the fight's because the rod's a little weaker, or if we got a solid fish on. But nonetheless, we do have a fish on, so we'll see you guys when we get him closer. Okay, we're starting to get him back in here. He did take us out back over 100, which is crazy because I had him at like 21 at one point. We did see him for a split second, and it looks solid. But again, I can't tell if it's because I'm using this rod and reel, but I'm very curious to see how big this thing is. But man, I just can't get him to come in. He's being so stubborn right now. Come on, buddy. Get up here. There we go. Feels good to see 20s. 13, 14, 10, 11, 11. Ah, there we go. Man, oh man. Oh wow, so that was a unique big-eyed tuna. I was not expecting that, but hey, we will take it. Holy cow. So that explains the fight. Good deal. That was on the number 13 metallic plug with the 6'4 squid. So we're 100% keeping that. And I'm just actually going to place a marker down for that fish. Yes, I want to set a mark. Cool. I actually like this spot because as you guys can see, this mark was shared with me. But he caught a sailfish out here. I just caught this big-eyed tuna. There's black marlin out here. So this is turning out to be a good spot. So, oh, excuse me. I'm pretty much going to end the video here. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I can never really tell when I'm making the video. But in my next video, I think I'm going to continue right here. I'm going to spawn at that buoy, and I'm just going to troll, all around here and just see what I catch. Like I said, for my next that's a good video idea. So what I'll do for my next video is I'll spawn in here, and I'll travel all the way up here. Follow this all the way up, and we'll stop right here at whatever that is, and we'll see what we catch. But then again, if I go all the way up there and I don't catch nothing, then obviously it's not a good spot. But we'll see. There's so many options to do on this new ocean map. But at least we got a variety of fish today. You got sharks, grouper, that unique big eye. So that was pretty awesome. But anyways, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end this video and go get some line thrown in my backpack. So next time I come out here, I'm ready and well prepared. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.